What's up, Raider fans? I'm your host, Eldridge Bell, Letterman Sports Show, going to preview the game tonight against the Arizona Cardinals. Huge game for the Raiders. Huge game. Nationally televised, going against a quality opponent in the Arizona Cardinals. If you recall last year, before they lost all their quarterbacks, they were considered to be a contender. So this is a huge test for us, and it kind of gives the Raiders a barometer for where they are. Third preseason game, typically players play well into the third quarters. I've seen some starters play into the fourth quarter, but I know Bruce Arians and Jack Del Rio said they might not go historically with that because there have been a lot of injuries to big name players in the preseason, so there's some cause for trepidation. So I don't know exactly how much the starters are going to play, but this is still an important game because this is the closest thing you're going to get to the regular season before you get to the regular season. So with that said, I'm looking for the offense to go against this Arizona Cardinals defense with Honey Badger, Patrick Peterson, and a solid defensive line. I'm looking for the offense to be balanced. I'm looking, can the run game get consistent yardage? And I'm not talking about just Latavius Murray. I'm talking about the backups. Roy Halou was returned to practice this week after missing most of training camps. So I'm wondering if he's going to play and if he can show us something. I'm looking for Michael Dyer to build up on his good showing last week against the Vikings. And Trent Richardson, I'm just hoping to see something. Just something. Tywan Jones is another guy I want to see. I want to see how Bill Musgraves incorporates him into the offense because he's a very good guy in space. So Musgraves has a history of putting people who are good in space in great positions to win. Check out Percy Harvin, best career year under Bill Musgraves. Also, for Derek Carr, I'm looking, can he push the ball down the field against this great secondary of the Arizona Cardinals? Also, the defense. I don't really fear for the Raiders defense. I don't really fear the run game of the Arizona Cardinals because I feel like that's been one of their Achilles heels. So they've been more of a passing offense. But the defensive line has to get pressure on Carson Palmer. That's how you beat a guy because he's not very mobile. He's a pocket passer. So if you collapse the pocket around him, you can rattle him. But if he gets time, those receivers, you got John Brown who has stupid speed. You got J.J. Nelson who's coming along. You got, of course, the veteran, the man, Larry Fitzgerald, who needs no introduction. We already know what he can do. So I'm wondering, we gotta help protect our DBs because if Carson Palmer gets time, that it might be a long day for our DBs. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in our from our defense and our offense. Now, the players who I'm looking for to show me something to step up, players to watch, if you will. First off, Trent Richardson. This is probably your most important game of the preseason because if you don't show some burst or anything, any resemblance of what you had in college, this might be your last game, NFL game. So hopefully he can show us something and offer depth to the running back position. I'm also looking for Seth Roberts, who's been kind of a fan favorite for the Raiders. Can he show us something? He's had a good camp and he has okay performances in the two preseason games, but I'm looking for him to really seize a roster spot. And also, I'm looking for Bryce Butler. I mean, he was a preseason All-Star last year, but kind of fell in the doghouse of that coaching regime last year with Dennis Allen. So I'm wondering if can he build up on his momentum? Can he show us something? And finally, since we released Jonathan Dowling, our safety, due to maturity issues, I'm wondering, Taylor Mays, can you show me something? He has familiarity with Ken Norton Jr. He was Taylor Mays' coach, defensive coach at USC. He's reunited back with Malcolm Smith. They were teammates at USC. So Taylor Mays said that he had familiarity with Ken Norton's defense. So that'll help expedite his comfort level with his defense. And you need to see something from this guy because we let go of a guy who I thought Jonathan Dowling was going to be a sleeper. He needed molding and he needed some finishing touches, but obviously the coaching staff didn't like his personality, so they went that way. So hopefully Taylor Mays, the spotlight is on you because you got signed this week and Jonathan Dowling got released a day after you got signed or a couple days after you got signed. So Those are my players to watch. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there's some other players who need to be on the spotlight? What would you like to see from the Raiders? Feel free to leave comments and/or suggestions. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. Thanks for watching, guys.